critical race theory was a bogus issue, in my view, and a lot of other people, but it was very influential in getting the Republican governor elected there. And one of his first promises now is to get critical race theory out of the schools, which isn't even in the schools. But anything that looks like critical race theory, which means Black history, or as they put it, anything that makes white children feel bad, which is not accurate either, but that is danger is what motivated a lot of voters and continues to motivate a lot of voters to want to get rid of critical race theory.
I will do everything I possibly can to fight to the bitter end until you prove to me that you are not teaching my children that they are racist just because they're white.
I mean, is that what it feels like to you? Does it feel like they want to just take Black history in the United States out of the schools in Virginia?
Yeah, and even one of the big motivating factors in that campaign was Toni Morrison's book *Beloved*, which one fellow who was out of high school but talked about how it traumatized him reading this. And *Beloved* is a prize-winning book by a Nobel-winning author, and it shows you the reality of what life was like for the slaves back in those days, but that's a little too much reality for some people. It turned out that the student who started, or former student who started that whole issue was the son of Republican Party activists down there, and he's working for the party now himself. So it comes up again. I'm not anti-Republican, I should point out. In fact, my newspaper, the Chicago Tribune, helped to sponsor a young Illinois candidate for president named Abraham Lincoln. And we've been very proud of that tradition. And I'm familiar with that history back then. And I find it very ironic that I'm reliving part of that history now. It hasn't ended.
Yeah, I mean, look, I was traumatized by Moby Dick in high school, but it doesn't stop me from going to Nantucket. I feel like there are too many knickers in a twist around issues that don't really exist. We need our kids to just learn basic issues of our country's history. How can they be citizens, effective citizens and effective voters, if they don't know where our country came from? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's exactly right. You know, we talk about being a democracy or a democratic republic, whichever you prefer. But what does that really mean? To too many of our young people, history is just something that they have to get a grade in so they can move on. I confess I was like that too a lot as a kid, but over time, I've learned to appreciate history more and more, and I especially appreciate it right now. When I think about how can we preserve the good things about this democratic republic that came out and are a model to the world as far as democratic rule is concerned. And we're fighting those old battles again.